They're shutting down shopping centers and highways and train stations and campuses, everywhere where people gather, and we have to do that. Tonight, though, we would like to acknowledge as many people as we possibly can who have been victims of police violence. And you have names, many of you do. We're going to ask you to come one by one and read the one or two names that you have. And after each name, we'll ring a bell.
I have Elena Jones and Tarika Wilson. I have John Farrell.
I want to express solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Ferguson, with our brothers and sisters in New York, with the people of Palestine, and that our struggle is one struggle, and how we must organize, we must hit the streets. We must engage in conversation in school or in our workplace or wherever it is. We must stand up and fight back.
I have Sharice Francis and Kendra James. Dane Scott, age 18. John Crawford, age 22.
The only way these things can continue to propel and go forward is if we have permanent organizations.
Amen.
So, and there's several organizations here. There's Black Open for Justice, there's Muslim for Social Justice, there's several organizations. But essentially here in North Carolina, we're trying to build coalitions.
Rakia Boyd and Taisha Miller. Eric Garner. Jesus Huerta from Durham.
And I just want to say, it's all right to be angry, because I am. Since a kid, before my father even taught me how to talk to women, how to tie a tie, he had to tell me about police brutality before anything. And I gotta say, I am angry. And I'm so sick of the news always talking about black on black crime like we're the only people that kill each other. We're not animals, we are humans. Since we got over here into this country, we was never treated like humans. This country was never meant for us. So I'm sick of this, man. And if I gotta lay down my life just to have a message for another man to come up in my shoes, then so be it. I'm tired of this, man. Peace. Thank you.
LaPortia Ora Watson, Melissa Williams. Amadou Diallo.
Ramarley Graham.
We need to educate. We need to get more people out here. The stuff that went on with the civil rights, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they didn't prosper to the little bit that we have gotten to today. We're sitting around talking on Twitter, just talking on Facebook, posting a picture or debating about it. You need to get your friends, get your family, get them to stand up. Love each other. Stop looking at the differences and just love each other. Stop hating, yo. For real.
Chantel Davis and Robin Tanisha Williams. Ezell Ford.
And we recognize the systematic oppression in the country where we're supposed to have unalienable rights granted to us by our Creator. And we're going to respond, and we're going to fight until they crucify us, every single one of us. And what I would just like to urge everybody to do is recognize the agents of the oppressor. You got to recognize the people that surround you, that's working for the oppressor, that's talking to you, smiling to you. If you're a good cop, and you know bad cops, and you don't respond to bad cops, then check it out, you're a bad cop too. If you're working and you understand that somebody is oppressing somebody else in your office building and you're not saying anything about it, then you are an agent of the oppressor. If you are getting educated, but you're not teaching somebody else that's coming up behind you, that came from the same background you came from, and you're not taking the time to feed back into those people, giving back what somebody fed into you, guess what? You just became an agent of the oppressor. And at the end of the day, that's what we have to recognize, because oppression in America is not something that's just happening. It's systematic. They brought us over here as a part of a system. denied us our rights, raped us, killed us, hung us as a part of a system. Jim Crow was a system. The vagrancy laws were a system. Denial of education, oppression in the educational realm, financial oppression, is all a system. Recognize the oppressor, become an enemy to the oppressor. Because if the oppressor does not have an enemy, he will not fear us. Become an enemy of the oppressor and understand your weaponry, education, your spirituality. Pray, fast, get in the street, recognize where you spend your money.
Monet Carnage.
Johnny Gamage.
Victor Singh.
Jacqueline Robinson Hall and Erica Collins.
Last week, a sister said, don't spend your money on Black Friday. She said it here, and people said it all across the country. And sales were down by something like 11%. Now, we don't want to take credit for all of that. There are other factors as well. But the corporations, the retailers don't want to give us any credit. But we know. And it shows you the power that we have with our dollars. And we got to keep that in mind during this whole season coming up. I know for a fact that people shopping in New York this holiday season gonna catch hell. Because people are gonna be in the streets all the time. Think about that. Buy local, buy black and brown, and people who support us. Stay out of these malls, all of that. We got the power of the dollars. Remember that. You know, we give police guns and they kill us. We give the bankers our money and then they steal it from us. We give politicians our votes and they sell us out. And we send them back again. Like my friend in Whitfield said, what kind of people are we that we let them do this? We gotta change. Like Eric Garner said, it's got to stop today. It's got to stop today. Stop sending these politicians. If they're not doing anything for you, why are you voting for them? How come we're not voting for people out of this crowd? Workers, right? Activists. It's not just the lawyers and the business people, it's people like us.
Patrick Dorsman, Alley.
I.K.E. Gurley.
I just have to say it's okay for us to be angry, but we have to be sure we don't teeter on that fine line of hatred, because once we develop hatred in our heart, we become just like them. Amen. So just continue to be strong, and if you look around, there's a sea of multiple colors. It's not just black people out here trying to fight. And so we are oftentimes told that we are victimizing ourselves. We make ourselves seem as though this is a race war, and indeed it really is. But if you look around, everyone is fighting for us, so just keep the peace.
Amen.
Kajim Powell and Philip Fennell.
Tim Stansberg.
Chavis Carter.
Gus Robin.
Shalina Weldon and Deja Miller.
It breaks my heart. It hurts me so bad, y'all just don't know. I got 2 sons. One still in New York that was attacked on the subway by 15 officers. But because of prayer, you hear me, he didn't suffer like the other one did. It breaks my heart that y'all heard how many names was called. It hurts. That's all I got to say, it hurts.
Bernard Bailey.
It hurts.
Derek Williams, age 22.
Kendrick McDade, age 19.
Oscar Grant, 23.
Samir Rice.
Kamani Gray.
You know, I don't think we need Sharpton and Morial. I'm just going to be right there with you. I'm telling you. We need these young brothers and sisters that have stepped to the mic tonight. And if you look at it, why did the president have a big meeting at the White House? It wasn't because Sharpton called for it, or more, it's because young people like y'all were in the streets all over the country. It's your time now. It's your time, right? And we've got to be out there.
Desmond Zongo, age 43.
Mike Brown, age 18.
Hands up. Don't shoot. 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 Hands up. Don't shoot.
It breaks our hearts to listen to these names. It should make us angry. It should make us want to move into action, and that's what we have to do next.